Legends! Welcome back to another episode of the Ruck Infringement Podcast. As always, I'm your host, Joey. This is episode 103, Consistently Inconsistent. Joining me today, Luke and Harry have gone to Thailand to play some cricket. Well, they say play cricket, but we know what they're getting up to over there. So joining me, all the way from Shark Park, Ryan Fancey.
Yeah, the big drive. Yeah.
How are you, mate?
It was a 10-minute drive from Shark Park. Funny that.
You sped.
Yeah, I sped. No, never.
No, never, of course.
Not in the work car.
Not if police are watching, we don't do that.
We don't do that.
Good
We
people
don't
at
condone
police.
that. Yeah, absolutely.
No, mate,
Good,
welcome.
mate, yeah.
First official time on the couch, on the casting couch, so welcome.
Yeah, it feels weird, you know. Yeah, I don't know whether to cross your legs or what's going on here, actually. It's a little bit tight, but it's good.
It's all right.
Thank you very much for having me.
The viewers and the listeners can only see and hear you, so they can't reach through, so it's fine.
I know. Spion, that's a paid service, is it?
It is. Patreon. And joining us, the Saint is back. How are you, mate?
Yeah, I'm all right. I'm happy about this week, I guess.
Yes, absolutely. Your team, as we discussed off air, higher than the Panthers, which we love to see.
Yes.
Of course, the Dragons. If you live under a rock and don't know who the Saints supports the Dragons. Are doing very well. Don't forget you can check us out on all social media at Facebook, Instagram, TikTok and X, and on Apple Podcasts and Spotify as well. All right, boys, let's get into a bit of the Ruck Report now. Of course, last night, Sunday night, we didn't get to do the Ruck Report. I was on another podcast. Sorry, I know I'm a bit of a traitor. So we didn't get to do the Ruck Report. So I will jump on now. We'll talk our review of the week. Let's go all the way back to Thursday night footy. What a game this one was. Of course, Souths v Panthers. Now, heading into this one, Souths at $3.30. Again, people had Panthers as the favourites. Third week in a row. Everyone said they won't lose three. They won't lose one, they won't lose two, they won't lose three. And guess what happened?
Yep, exactly what we thought
That's
have
right.
happened, yeah.
They lost three. The Bunnies, 28-18. Now, biggest talking points in this game, boys, the Bunnies were up 28-0 at halftime, which was crazy. We were chatting in our group chat, couldn't believe what we were seeing. Second half didn't really tell the tale of that game because they didn't score a point in the second half, South Sydney. I think they just took the foot off the gas there. But Ryan, let's talk a bit about Souths first. Great win for them at Accor Stadium, of course. Do you think it's a fluke or do you think they're really firming into this new season with Bennett?
It's a firm win, yeah. It's a good win. Like you said, not many people are expecting it. Not many people expected 28-0 at half time, that's for sure. Yeah. Good to see, though. Yeah, for the Bunnies, they, I know you don't like hearing that, but it was good to see the Bunnies, yeah.
Sorry, just dry reaching there.
just a little
good
bit.
win for the Bunnies.
Is that vomiting, you know?
Yeah, it
it's
was.
in your beard now.
Lick it out for me, Josh. He's a Saints fan. He'd do whatever you ask him.
Hey, if it gets us a win.
That's it. $20 is $20.
It's $20, yeah. It was good. It was great. And like you said, the second half doesn't really tell the tale of the game.
No.
Obviously Penrith had Talangi go out. Was he in the warm up? Was it he got
and then
pulled out?
young Talau, who played halfback, went off as well.
Yes, yeah.
Injured, so not
interesting they didn't choose Snyder. I think he's been hard done by.
I agree.
He was great last year.
He came on and scored a try.
He did, yeah. As soon as he came on,
almost his first touch.
I thought he'd turn the game around. It just wasn't enough. I guess I know we're going to talk about the video ref a little bit later, but that no try.
What do we
call.
think? Try
every day.
Any day of the week.
Any day of the week.
Had pressure on it.
But I think because it went up as no try as well. But then again, the conclusive evidence. Anyway, we're going to talk about that later, aren't we?
Ashley Klein for you, mate.
Yeah.
I mean, shout out to Ashley, of course. Avid listener of the podcast, of course. Let's throw over to you, Josh. Now, the Panthers, mate, losing 3 in a row. They said it couldn't be done. It happened. Can they bounce back, or do we think this is going to be pretty much what we see for the Panthers this season?
I think that this season, Panthers are going to try and rebuild, losing all those big players.
Yeah.
But I still think that they can bounce back from these 3 losses and just make the 8, maybe come in at 7. It's going to be a tough season for them.
Yeah.
But yeah.
What a shame. What a shame to hear that.
Yeah. Oh no, damn.
A tough year in the past 6 years. Oh.
But no, that game on Thursday, I just don't think they showed what the old Panthers had in the first half. And I don't know in the second half whether it was just the Bunnies just dropping off, or if it was the Panthers finally clicking.
Yeah. It's funny because the Panthers have always had that next man up mentality. Their juniors have always been really strong. They're able to come in and do a job. You can see the absence of Luai. How much that meant to them.
100%.
We know what Luai was able to do when Cleary was out. Luai would settle in at halfback and he was fantastic. But you could see in this game that they just lacked that experience. So, look, credit to the Rabbitohs. Sorry, very hard to say.
You okay? You want some water?
Credit to the Bunnies. They did very well. Shout out to, of course, Shani, who we were talking last week, and she said, go easy on the Bunnies this week. And I said, I actually tipped them, so I did. We're very easy on them, and thank you for going easy on Penrith. We appreciate it. But let's jump into the second game of the round. The Roosters v the Titans, the Ritz v the Tits. Titans getting it done 30-12. What an absolute bludger of a game this one was.
Didn't like it?
Nah, I didn't like it at all.
I'd say penny for your thoughts, but yeah.
You don't, trust me, you don't. There was some expletives I cannot repeat on this podcast that was said on Friday night around 7:30 p.m. that I will not say again.
Reese's got the beat button, I think.
I think he has
a workout later.
Just things about ancestries and their mums and everything you do not want to know.
Interesting.
But yeah, so Titans getting the win here, 30-12. For me, this game was one that I think the Roosters should have won. They had miles of opportunities in this game. I think they were in the Titans 20 about 30 times. They had so many opportunities, just too much drop ball. But for me, it was the execution. The last play execution for the Roosters just seemed to go nowhere. About 40 times, I saw them go short. I saw Townsend or Sandon go short and not throw out the back to Teddy, who we know, if you get the ball out the back to Teddy, he'll do a cutout pass to a winger. They score every time. I don't know why that wasn't happening, but it wasn't happening. I'm a big Chad guy, but he just was not there. Now, Joshy, let's start off with you, mate. Titans, 2 wins in a row, starting to look good.
They are. But I think that was helped by a few mistakes made by the Roosters in that second half, especially that intercept done by James Campbell there.
Jeez. I turned it off at that point.
Literally just put the Roosters to shame in one play. I don't know what else to say, Joey. Titans just showed how good they are in a second half game.
Yeah, absolutely. It was not great. Ryan, one shining light from the Roosters, Nafahu White, big front rower, looking really, really good at the moment. Had another fantastic game, 160 metres, 36 tackles, 1 missed.
Yep.
Mate, the guy's a freak. He's a Kiwi boy too, so he won't play Origin. But mate, take us through what you thought about the Roosters.
Yeah, you were singing his praises last week too, weren't you? Yeah. So it was good to see. I only caught sort of glimpses of the game.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think it's quite panic stations yet for the Roosters. It is going to be, like you meant, it is going to be a long year for them, but I don't think it's going to take too hard. I think they'll bounce back. They always have.
You're more
they seem to know.
than me, which is good. Because I think it is panic. I'm a bit worried at the moment. Of course, get Sammy Walker back in a couple of weeks. But let's move on to the next Friday night game. The Dolphins against the Broncos there. Broncos getting it done 20-12. Now, this was a game the Dolphins really needed to win. And they came out hard. They looked good early, but just couldn't get it done at Suncorp Stadium. Of course, the Broncos away game at Suncorp, which is very interesting, isn't it?
Good they travelled.
Good to see them travel to their home ground. Would have been weird for them sitting in the away sheds.
Yeah.
At their own
they make them do that,
ground.
don't they?
It's so strange, isn't it? But anyway, Josh, let's start off with you, mate. The Broncos, they are looking really, really good this season.
Look, I didn't see much of this game. I think I only saw the last maybe 10 minutes, just because I was out watching my cousin play basketball.
Oh, cute.
Unfortunately, didn't get the win in the semi-final. But
what a shame.
Just going through these the stats, and look, it seemed like Dolphins were on top in the offense, but their defense just lacked so much, allowing the Broncos to take those chances and follow through with them. Yeah. And
defense wins matches. That's the thing. So if you can have the best attack in the world, but if you can't defend, if you let in tries, you're not going to win. So, I completely agree. Ryan, Dolphins, mate, they are 0-4 to
yes.
start the year now, heading into fifth round. When do we think they're going to get their first win?
I don't know. When are they playing para? I guess would be my answer to
Bowl.
that. Yeah, the spoon
Spoon
bowl.
Bowl
That's
2.0.
exactly what it is. Yeah, like it's hard. Yeah, like I thought they like you said, they started well, and then the game was just sort of fizzled out in a bit of a bludger. Yeah, I know it was bucketing down rain there at one stage. Like it was absolutely torrential, but. Yeah, shit, they got to do better than that, don't they? Like it's a hard watch. Like
They have,
no one really sort of stuck. Like no one really kind of stood out. Like there was no.
No.
Oh, like such and such played really well. Like no one like comes to mind immediately. Like we haven't
think
seen
of
much
the
of the
talent
Hammer
they
this
got.
year. Like we haven't seen like
Herbie.
Yeah, Herbie as well. Herbie started
the Hammer.
good, yeah, but yeah, even like nothing from the Hammer this year.
Tell you what, I
Like,
will
waiting.
mention that hit on Herbie.
Yeah.
From Piacura.
Yes.
Absolute belter. He
Yeah.
sent him back to Redcliffe.
Yes.
So,
yeah.
mate,
Rocked
what a
him
hit.
well. Yeah, that was
what a
great.
hit that was. Just looking forward to the Dolphins' next few games.
Yeah.
They got the Titans round 5, then they got Panthers, Storm, Raiders at home. So
Wow.
that takes us to round 8. Then we jump into round 9. They got the Chooks. They could lose that. That's at Suncorp, of course, the Chooks home game. Round 10 is the Eels. So there. So
There you
Spoon
go.
Bowl, pencil in round 10, which I believe is the week after Magic Round, the 8th of May. Lock in that for the Dolphins, possibly their first win.
I reckon Dolphins take their first win the week before.
Nah, I doubt that.
Yeah.
I reckon.
Yeah.
Not a
Chicky
Magic
game
Round,
looks
mate.
good.
Not a Magic Round.
I reckon they will.
Walker will be back that week. Semi Walker back. Easy.
He will make a big difference to the
Huge
Roosters.
difference.
But
Huge.
I still think Dolphins will take that win.
that would-
Underdog story.
That was 10 in a row to start the year.
Underdog story.
0-10.
0-10.
Will you see it?
No, I only know Owen Wilson. All right, let's jump into our next game. And it was the Dragons against the Melbourne Storm. Jubilee Stadium in Sydney. Now, what a game this was. It wasn't very high scoring. I think when we were watching it, I was sort of saying, you know, my multi stuff to start with, because I had like 6 try scorers on, as I usually do. And there wasn't many of those in there. But I did take the Dragons to win this game. I had Dragons 1-12, and I had Holmes for a double. So I missed by one leg.
one.
He did score 1. So, and that was paying like 30-something bucks just for that. So would have been a nice little 300 there. Of course, gamble responsibly. We're not betting men ourselves, but if we were, that's the bet that I would do. But let's start off with you, mate. Now, Melbourne Storm broke their winning streak.
Yes.
So they have had a winning streak since the grand final,
Since the
obviously.
grand final, yeah. But even up to that, yeah.
But
it was-
even before the grand final, I think it was like round 22 or something like that, where they hadn't lost a game. So one game in that, now 2. But off the bye as well, thought they would play a lot better.
Yeah.
What were you disappointed in it with Melbourne?
Where to start? Yeah, they were average across, weren't they? Like, there's nothing really kind of stood out for them that they done well. Like, I think the Dragons just executed really, really well. Yeah, they all showed up. I think Clint Gutherson, like, pains me to say it, he was amazing. Yeah, he played really fucking well.
They looked like a dog
Didn't he?
foaming at the mouth.
Yeah.
Like they were there. They were ready.
They were there. They were ready. They were rabid. They were rabid.
They were rabid.
They were rabid.
Harry Grant didn't stand a chance. He didn't want to get an infection.
That's why he went off, wasn't it? Yeah. I think someone bit him, though.
Yeah,
No, just-
well,
definitely not.
don't say that.
Hey,
No.
hey.
James Graham wasn't playing, mate. British Bulldog.
Yeah, I just think the Dragons were too good for him. Yeah, like
Yeah.
Melbourne, they somewhat looked like they didn't want to be there. They just, no real standouts from Melbourne. I reckon they'll turn it around, though, won't they? Like, I'm sure they heard that one all the way back to Melbourne. Yeah, Big Belly 8 giving them an absolute spray. I'd imagine
You would have needed the
He
face
was
shield.
livid.
All the way back
Yeah.
to Melbourne on the plane. I would have had a face shield the
Yeah.
whole time. The spit coming out of his mouth.
On the commentary box, in the coach's box there when we were watching it, you could just say he was livid. Yeah, he would
Needed
have.
some wipers
Could
from
not
the
wait to get his
screen.
hands on the boy.
And that's him after a win.
Yeah.
So imagine after this game. Jeez. Shocking scenes. Joshy, the Saints, they get it done 14-8. It's 2 games in a row now. They beat them last year as well.
Yes.
I think I saw the stat. It had been a long time since they had done consecutive games against Melbourne. Mate, what were you impressed with the Dragons?
Honestly, just their performance in wet weather.
Yeah, true.
Um,
Very good.
We know the Dragons have struggled a little bit in the past with wet weather footy, but they just showed their dominance. And I think the Dragons putting that immense pressure on the Storm in like the first first half, really.
Yeah.
With Val going over in 30 minutes.
Yeah.
I think that first pressure from them sort of just made Storm buckle in the wet weather.
I think defence was a massive key to defend the Storm time and time again, keep them off the line.
What about that Gutho try save in the second half?
Yeah,
Yes.
very
what
good.
A
Very
save.
good. Another refereeing issue in this one, Katoa.
Yes.
I personally think that was a try. Touch and go. I personally think that may have been a try there. Look, I don't think it changes the game too much. I still think the Dragons' defence was very, very good. And I think Flanagan said it. He said it the week before the bye. He said that they were going to get up for this game. Sorry, Dragons off the bye, Storm weren't. I said Storm earlier, but Storm had Penrith last week. Dragons off the bye, and he said the week before the bye that you don't want to be a player of mine heading into this game. So lived up to that expectation. Very good to see from the Dragons.
Just before we move on, Joe.
Yes, mate.
Do we think that the Storm only lost that game because of the wet weather?
No.
No?
I think they would have lost anyway. Jerome Hughes out, Nick Meaney out. Jerome Hughes is so integral to this team. And Nick Meaney, people sleep on Nick Meaney.
Yeah.
He's their goal
Big
kicker.
time, yeah.
He's their
He's
goal
everything,
kicker. Pappenhausen, as good as he is, I think Wishart ended up taking the goal kicking duties anyway.
The last one,
But you could see Wishart at 7 just didn't have the prowess that we see with Hughes. So personally, I think it was that. And that was the reason I tipped the Dragons, is because when I saw Hughes and Meaney were out, I said, there's a great opportunity here for the Dragons to get the win. So they did, and they did it well. But let's jump into our next game. Another upset. Cowboys against the Raiders. Now, we tossed and turned with this game last week when we were sitting on the couch. Well, I did. The other boys said Raiders by 30.
Raiders by
But we're sitting on the couch, and I said, this is a danger game for the Raiders. Cowboys were 0-3 heading into this game. They needed a win. They got it, 30-20. I don't know if the Cowboys were good, but the Raiders were fucking poor.
Yeah.
They were very poor in this game. And it was like the week before against Manly. Just too many penalties.
Errors, penalties.
I don't know what's going on with Canberra at the moment.
Skin calls, I don't know
There
what
were
they're
so
doing.
many of them. But credit to the Cowboys. Now, mate, Jake Clifford.
Yes.
A double.
I
don't know the last time a halfback got a hat trick, but he was pretty close.
He was almost done. He was great. He's my dynamo later. But
Very nice.
He was great to watch. Even the whole Cowboys, like seeing all the crowd there too. Like everyone was getting into the game. Like it was, just a brilliant watch. You know.
Yeah, our favourite stadium, Queensland Country Bank Arena.
Queensland Country Bank Arena.
Great stadium there in Townsville.
Yeah.
Mate, the Raiders now 2 losses in a row heading into next week. Panic stations. They just looked a pace slower than the Cowboys.
Yeah, I didn't watch the full game. Just sort of watched the highlights because I was too encased in the Dragons win beforehand.
You're still celebrating.
Yeah.
We love it, mate.
But
Denzel's.
But no, I don't know. The game sort of looked like it was even all the way through. Like their possession, their completion rate.
Yeah.
And the Raiders just couldn't convert all those possession.
Yeah,
all that possession.
I agree.
Into tries.
Yeah.
And I think that's really what killed them was their conversion rate.
Yeah, it was a poor effort from the Raiders. I don't know if the talk of Jamal Fogarty to Manly has had something to do with it, whether he's in a bit of a headspace at the moment, but something's going on at Canberra. But let's jump into the next game, one we really want to talk about here. Sharks v Bulldogs. Yeah. Doggies, another upset. Doggies getting it done 20-6. What happened this week? I do not know. Let's start with Josh first. We'll leave you to last, Ryan, for this game. Mate, the Doggies, 4-0 to start the year, undefeated.
What a start.
Mate, absolute scenes here at Shark Park. What I want to ask you, though, is should we be nervous? Because if they go on a bit of a run, there's going to be fires in Belmore.
I reckon we're pretty close to that already, Joe.
Yeah. A couple of
I reckon another 2 more wins for the Doggies in a row.
Uh-oh.
And
don't want to be in Belmore in a couple of weeks.
Well, that's a shame. I drive through Belmore every week.
There you go. Yalla.
But no, I reckon the Doggies have just shown up this year like they did towards the end of last year.
Yep.
Just before their finals, their short finals run last year.
Yes.
I think they've clicked, finally.
It would be good to see. I'd love to see the doggies there. I got a soft spot for them. I really like the grittiness that they show as a team. What do you got?
Here.
Oh, he's got a bulldog on there.
Yeah.
He's a traitor. He's not
There we
actually.
go, yeah.
He's not actually a Saints fan. He's actually a doggies fan.
No, my
He was a Rajasthan Royals fan.
was a very big doggies supporter.
Oh, nice.
beauty.
And
Shout out.
unfortunately, wasn't able to see any of this.
Yes.
Passed away 13 years ago.
Yep.
So yeah, I thought doggies are doing this for him, really.
I like it. I hope they do. It's a fantastic story, and now we have to support the dogs.
Yeah.
We have to now because you've made it all emotional. So
There we go, yeah.
so there you go. Dogs to win the comp 2025.
Sorry about that.
That's all right. I feel like freaked out. No, fuck the Bulldogs.
I'm glad the Sharks lost.
I hate Cronulla.
Cover the Ryan Cronulla in this game. Mate, first off, what happened?
Terrible. Yeah. I looked like they didn't want to be there.
Yeah.
Just discipline, no discipline.
The injury to Hero didn't help.
Hero didn't help. Talakai went down as well at the start of the second half.
Yep.
Rudolph went off as well after for HIA.
Yeah.
So we had one sub there, but that was in the second half for a while there. But like that's even before then, like we weren't really in the game, you know. Like I think once Hero went off, it kind of cemented that. Yeah. Like I didn't realise how much the team relies on just one individual centre. Yeah. He's a great player, but
he's great, but
you know,
what's happening with Nico? Like.
I
We for the past few seasons, everyone's talked about, Nico's been good, and then it was, Nico's starting to die off. Oh, Nico's good again. And then Vegas came and they went, Nico's looking really fit.
Yeah.
But then Trindle's sort of taken
Yeah.
the role and steadied the ship. So I don't know your thoughts as a Sharks fan, but are you still happy with Nico there at halfback?
Yeah, you know, like you don't just get that Dally M of the halfback.
Yeah,
you know,
true.
that season was brilliant, wasn't it? Yeah, but like until he hits that sort of form again, or like whether I don't know what he was doing differently. Like he definitely ran the ball more that year. Like he's sort of trying to steer the game a lot more and be a lot more controlling. I think maybe that might be weighing on him a bit. Maybe he's been told to like maybe you need to steer the ship, steady the ship a little bit more, and not allowing him to utilise his running game, which is where a lot of people are saying like, is there a way to swap him, put him in 5'8" or something? I know there was talks maybe putting him in fullback for a bit and testing something with Kennedy for a while, because obviously Nico playing fullback for Melbourne, like to fill in when he was there, like that's where he sort of stood out and got his contract with the Sharks. But yeah, I'm not too sure now. I'm not too sure he's got the speed for fullback now, like all that kind of physique either. So yeah, it's hard to tell what to do with him. Yeah, but it's big money to spend on a playmaker who. Yeah, he's struggling. He's definitely one of the bottom halves this year, isn't he? Like he's
absolutely. Yeah. It's interesting. I still think the Sharks will be up there come into the season. They're always a good outfit. They'll make it to about first week of finals and then do what they do best.
Do what we do best.
But let's jump into some Sunday Arvo footy now. Manly v the Eels. The poor Eels had to take on a red hot Manly at 4 Pines Park. Manly getting it done 26-12 in this game. Boys, we sound like broken records. Tommy Trbojevic. Injured again. Another hamstring. What is it going to take for them to move him out of fullback? He just cannot be playing fullback. That's where he always gets injured. Lots of talk that they want to move him to 5'8", which I found really interesting. Because with Cherry Evans going to the Roosters next year, I mean, who knows where Cherry Evans is going?
That roll off the tongue.
Wherever Cherry Evans has signed for 2026.
Roll off the tongue way too easily.
Sorry, we're not sure yet because he hasn't come out. But
is that some insider info?
Well, let's just say it's very quiet in Roosters camp, as it was when Cooper Conk came over as well. You didn't hear a word. But anyway, we're talking about Manly right now.
Dream.
And he got absolutely booed. Did you hear the fans booing him at 4 Pines Park? I feel a bit for Cherry Evans.
I thought he would have got
because I feel that it's been the management's issue to stuff this up. You know, they offered he asked for an extension 12 months ago. And they said we can only offer you 750. He's still a top 5 halfback. You don't offer a top 5 halfback 750,000.
No.
When he's still playing Origin, still captain of Queensland, and you're offering 750,000, and that's why he made the decision to move on. So I think the management have really stuffed this up, and then trying to. It was so weird last week when they did it live on NRL 360. Like reached out. We'll offer a 2-year deal live on air right now, and he respectfully no. So interesting, but the main thing is like moving Turbo to 5'8". I don't know how it would go because obviously you got Brooks, so you move Brooks to 7, play Turbo at 5'8". I just don't know if he's cut out to play there at all. It's really interesting with Turbo because he's just a player at the moment that I look at and go, maybe he needs to medically retire.
Potentially,
maybe he's just at that state. I just don't know how long we can keep doing this. Where we watch a season, Turbo doesn't play the whole season because he gets injured 2 or 3 times.
And you see it happen every time, and you're like, oh shit, no, not again. You just see him jolt him when he walks.
How much more do we have to take? And Manly fans must be frustrated because they win 33% of games without Turbo.
Yeah.
That's a huge stat.
That's massive.
So as soon as Turbo goes down, you go, fuck, there's our season.
There's
our season.
Games,
Let's start off with you, Ryan. Now, Parramatta, 12 points. Good to see them score something.
Good to see them on the board again. They were they were in for a bit, weren't they?
What did you think about Para?
Much better. Much better against, like you said, a Manly team who are really in form. I guess against maybe like a lesser opponent or like a team that's not as good, like perhaps
Sharks.
maybe the Sharks or bastard. The Dargans, No, I think it was the Dolphins
Storm,
or something,
Panthers.
Storm, Any top 4
They probably
teams
beat
last
Panthers.
year.
They always beat Panthers, actually. Even when Panthers were good, they beat Panthers. Parramatta.
They did, Good record against Panthers, they would have beaten like a team, like that obviously wasn't Manly or like a top competitive team that we're seeing this year. Like Manly, I think they would have been right in it. It wasn't until right before the second half where Manly finally got their second, it took a while for them to kind of put the foot on them a bit, but
it did.
A bit of a bludger of the game, to be honest. Like I didn't.
Yeah, it was.
It wasn't great
slow.
watching. It was very slow.
Manly scored probably the first 20 minutes, scored a whole bunch of points, and then it was just who's going to score next? And we just waited for ages. The big news, of course, before this game, Jack Williams injured, gone for 6 weeks. So huge there for Parramatta. They don't need another injury just to go with those woes. We know how impressive Manly were, and I think they can be dark horses. All depends on Turbo, of course, and DCE. But I want to chat about DCE a bit later. We'll have an in-depth discussion there. But let's jump into our last game of the round: Tigers v Wars. Now, my prediction last week was a draw in this game. I thought we were onto it. I really did. Halftime was 12-all. I thought that's why they call me the prophet. Yeah. That's why they tell me I'm the prophet.
Tickets on yourself.
Hey, I'm sorry, that's what you guys were saying. It was in the group chat. I'll send a screenshot to the Rock Infringement community.
I was doing these.
Exactly. I know. I said, Ryan, stop it.
You're flattering.
I know. I understand.
Always.
But, mate, I'm human. I'm like everyone else.
I've tried my urges, mate.
A little bit above, but I'm pretty much like everybody else. But anyway, Warriors getting it done 26-24, scoring a penalty goal about 10 minutes to go until full time. Let's talk about the Tigers first. Now, I thought they were impressive without being great. I thought some of their last tackle options were a bit like they didn't understand what they were doing. They rushed it. That one with Fatape where he thought he was a soccer player.
God,
at the end was just
it was hard to watch,
frustrating. It came out and you're like, mate, you're playing rugby league. This is not the round ball. But he just,
hard to say. Did you hear Lukey was screaming?
Kick,
you could hear him from here.
Yeah, I could hear Luke from here, actually. He was in Thailand going, what you doing? But it was shocking. So, Josh, take us through what you thought of the Tigers' performance.
Up until the last, maybe last 20 minutes, really, that's when the errors started to come at a fast rate for the Tigers.
Yeah.
After that last try by Fainu, just the Tigers dropped.
They did.
Dropped so much. And that's the time that lost them the game. That last 20 to 30 minutes just killed them.
Yeah.
And Tigers looked really good in that first half, I reckon. And just nothing to show for it.
Yeah, it was a shame. I know producer Reese was very horny after the Tigers scored that last try and thought they were going all the way. But Ryan, the Wars, 3 in a row, mate. They're looking good.
They are looking good, yeah. I don't know, flip the coin. I thought that was the game of the round last night. It was great watching. Yeah, I really enjoyed that one. Even in the wet, they still both teams turned it on. Yeah,
Yep.
Crowd were vocal. Everyone was into it. I was right the whole way home. Yeah, it was good. But yeah, the Warriors are looking good. Can't give them too much credit. I do think the Tigers did butcher it at the end, particularly with the play the ball and that broken play and no one at marker. Even the play before that, it was I can't think of the names off my head. There's two blokes standing back, not even in the attacking line. Like just I think Luai was looking for the option and he's looked up and there's no one. The guys are about 10 metres behind. And I'm like, oh, they've already switched off. What are they doing? And then
it was bad.
they get the chip and chase and the break of play. Quick play the ball. There's no one in front of them except the marker who, managed to jump on the ball because there was no dummy half there to pick the ball up.
Yeah, which is never good, is it?
Kids.
But yeah, look, it
Poor
was
Benji.
It was an interesting round. I got 4 from 8 in tipping, which I think was actually par this week.
Yeah.
I think if you got 4, you actually had a really good week with the upset. So very good to see. You know the top 4 from last year. Penrith, Melbourne, Roosters, Sharks, all lost.
All lost. Yeah.
Crazy. Top 4 from 2024, all lost, and the bottom 4 all won, bar Parramatta and
we don't talk about
Tigers.
Tigers.
Yes, but the other 2 won. Souths and Dragons.
All of them, but
Souths and Dragons. So 50%.
all 4 except those 2.
Except those 2, yeah, and the other ones.
Yep.
But let's jump into Dynamos and Dungs for round 4. Now, if you are tuning in for the first time, Dynamos and Dungs is best player and the worst player of the round, or we can pick a team as well. Ryan, start us off, mate. Who's your Dynamo and Dung?
I already said it before. I think Jake Clifford was great this year. Oh, this week.
Oh, yeah, wow.
Yeah, he's had a great year.
He's played 2 games,
all 2 games.
He's doing good.
He was dynamite. Yeah, he was great to watch. I really liked him. And on I think Thursday night too, the young Rabbitohs fullback Jai Gray. I think he was excellent as well. He really stood out. Dungs. I know we're going to slam the video refs later, but they weren't too impressive, were they?
I think they take the cake this week.
Yeah, I'll just give it to me Sharkies. Yeah, it's the only time you're going to hear it this year. So
Oh, there we go.
You heard it here first.
You heard it here first. Sharks win the comp 2025. We've got the Dogs and the Sharks winning.
Yeah,
how good.
There's space under my arm for another.
For a dog?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Nice. Love it.
The shark can hump the dog.
There's not Mitchell Pearce on the couch, all right?
I'm on here.
Yeah, exactly. Josh, if you had to pick a Dynamo and Dung for this round, who you got?
Honestly, I think Dynamo for this week, it's got to go to the Doggies. Playing the Sharks, yes, Sharks aren't playing their best footy at the moment, but the way that the Doggies performed it proved something to everyone.
Yeah.
Proved that they are going to be a top 4 team this year.
Oh, yeah.
And my dung for this week, I don't know. For me, it's hard to go past the Storm. After their run at the start of the season, the first 3 rounds, and then coming against the Dragons, who hadn't won a game, hadn't really looked like they were going to win a game, and they go and do this to the Storm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, no, you're exactly right. It was very interesting. Boys, Dynamo and Dung for me. Dynamo, there's a lot to choose from this week, but I'm going to give it to my boy Terrell May. He is just killing it at the Tigers, and as a Roosters fan, I'm crying on the inside and on the outside. But Terrell May, with the motor this kid had, can I just say now, early smoky call for Origin. He's got to play for New South Wales this year. Everyone talks about Payne Haas and how good he is.
Yeah.
Terrell's up there this year.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely, he's up there. I think Haas and Terrell will be the starting front rowers for New South Wales. They've got to be.
Drop Jake then, would you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Captain?
Well, you just move the captain, mate. Cleary will probably play. You can make Cleary captain.
Just bring Teddy back.
Yeah. Well, hey, with Edward's hamstring,
you never know.
Teddy's actually a chance.
Look at Victor Trebojevic now.
Yeah, Teddy's a chance at the moment, but we'll see anyway.
Well, slot Nico in there and making the scapegoat again.
Yeah.
Can I also just give a quick little shout out to you wish. No, but in the losing team, Joe Offa-Ngawi.
Yeah. For Barra.
35 tackles, 1 missed tackle.
Yeah, very good.
As well as a try, and so many I think it was a line break and 4 tackle breaks.
He learned everything he knows from the Tigers when he was playing there.
He just proved his worth for the Eagles.
Yeah, absolutely.
Big time. Yeah,
and maybe
an Origin
recall for Queensland too, Joe O.
Never know.
Be interesting. But so my Dynamo is Terrell May. If I'm going Dungs, look, I hate to do this to my own team, but I'm their harshest critic. it's got to be the Roosters for me. I just not impressed with what I saw. I know they've got a young squad, but this was they had this game. They're up 12-8. They had this game. All they had to do was defend, hold the ball, and they couldn't do that. And some of these young guys, Chad Townsend, with the experience that he brings, has really, really upset me because with an experienced half like that, you expect him to be performing better than what he is. It's like he doesn't even want to get touched at the moment.
Yeah.
So I mean, I know he was coming over to play New South Wales Cup. He thought Sam Walker was going to be the man, but he had to know that there was probably a chance he was going to play.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But yeah, at
an
the
NRL
moment,
contract to
exactly.
play. Yeah.
But at the moment, just not looking good. But that's it for our Dynamos and Dungs. All right, boys, we're going to jump into He's Been Doing It All game. So our suspension segment now. Couple this week, Jerome Luai pleading guilty 1 week. So he'll miss the game, of course. Has gone for scans on a shoulder injury as well. So whether he'll miss one or a couple remains to be seen because he could have more injuries. But we'll jump into that in the niggling section, which is our injury segment. But suspension-wise, I think Tom Gilbert got suspended in the Dolphins game as
One
well.
match,
And Tupanua. Stewie Tupanua. That was
the most ridiculous thing.
Yeah, it was...
what are you thinking?
Yeah, exactly.
That was a brain snap, wasn't it?
It was a brain snap, absolutely. He didn't learn that at the Roosters. He learned that at the Dogs.
Yeah, he had to, yeah.
Yeah, easily.
He's thinking about the car, he was going to set on fire.
He definitely didn't play with Hargraves or Victor Radley at all. So, definitely learned from the Dogs. Definitely a Matt Burton type tackle. There was a couple more. Do we have a couple more there from this week?
Reed Marnie got off.
Yes, which was a shock, of course.
I'm not going to start on that.
Josh Papali'i, of course, $3,000 fine.
Jordan Ricky.
The matches one. Yeah, Emre Gula, that's right. 3 matches. That was a bad one. And Jordan Ricky for the Brisbane Broncos, 2 matches there. A couple of fines.
A lot of fines,
with Nanai, Horsburgh and Safar. So nothing major there. If we jump into our injuries now, the big one we spoke about, Tommy Turbo, of course, looks set to miss a couple of weeks. They said I think they're looking at a return about round 8 at the moment. So set to miss about 4 weeks in that one. The other big one we spoke about just before, Luai, possibly missing a couple of weeks through injury as well. Jerome Hughes looks set for 1 more week for Melbourne Storm out of the game. So if you are a betting man, maybe bet against Melbourne again.
He can take a few more weeks off.
Yes. I don't know if they'll lose 2 in a row, but, funnier things have happened in rugby league.
About Pendleton, but here we are.
It's a funny game. But they're the major injuries. Oh, Jack Williams, of course, I spoke about before. Six weeks, so massive one there. But in some good news for fans of the game, Nathan Cleary looks set to be back this week. Connor Watson looks set to be back as well from their HIAs. The other big one for the Roosters, Victor Radley.
Yeah, I was going to say, what happened to Victor Radley?
He got an
cheek
injury. Cheekbone. So he's looking at, I think, 2 to 3 weeks again in that one. So, it's not a bad thing. As much as I love Vic Radley, I think I think he's a player that's going to end up medically retiring soon as well. Lots of concussions recently. Seems to get 1 a game at the moment as well.
That's never good, is it? Yeah, especially when you see the guys getting all wobbly and walking off you.
Yeah.
It doesn't never looks good, does it?
No, absolutely. But let's jump into the Profits preview. Looking forward to round 5. Now, if you are tuning in for the first time, I will ask the boys who's going to win and to give us a anytime try scorer just to see how we go. All right, let's jump into Thursday night footy, 3rd of April, GIO Stadium. Raiders v Sharks. Now, Sharkies, $1.54 favourites. Raiders, $2.48 at time of recording. Josh, who you got in this one?
I reckon it's going to be a Raiders win at home.
Whoa. Back-to-back losses.
No, that's all right. Yeah, I get you.
Never apologise, mate. Never apologise.
But
you are dead to me, but that's okay.
Nice meeting you.
Hey, mate, Josh said, he told me he wants to fight me.
He'll post Josh's address later.
No, but I think Raiders will get up.
Nice.
I reckon it will be a close game, though.
Yeah.
I think maybe only a 4-point win.
Very nice. I like it.
Yeah.
GIO, always hard to play at for opposition teams. It's very cold in Canberra. So if it gets cold, I find teams struggle. Canberra know how to play in that sort of weather. But, Ryan, who you got?
I have to go with my boys. Have to go with the Sharkies. Can't go against them.
Very nice.
Like Josh just said, I'd see it being a close one. Perhaps a bit of a bludger, depending on depending on the conditions, obviously. Hopefully it's a good, entertaining game. But, we'll see how we go. Yeah, as far as a try scorer goes, I don't know, man. Let's go... We'll go with the Raiders, I think. We'll go Weeks, I reckon.
Interesting.
Get over, I reckon that'll
Very
be
nice, I like it.
I reckon get over for sure, yeah.
He's been a bit out of touch lately.
Bit hit and miss,
so-
but I think he's he usually plays well. Same with Savage. He always turns up against the Sharkies, doesn't he?
Yeah, that was a great catch in the Cowboys game
Yeah.
when he scored that try, Savage.
Yes, yeah.
Incredible stuff. I like it, boys. Bit of a toss of the coin for me. I'm going to go the Sharks, but the Raiders, this will be 3 in a row if they lose, and I could see them really standing up in this game, wanting to make a statement. I'll go the Sharks for now, but depending how many Denzel Frothingtons I get through on Thursday night, I could be persuaded to change before kickoff. So we'll soon find out. And when I say Denzel Frothingtons, I mean Coke Zeros. Of course.
Yeah.
We don't condone drinking on this show at all.
No, absolutely not.
Put the beer down, Adam.
I don't even drink.
But let's jump into our first Friday night game. It was the Panthers against the Cowboys. Panthers $1.24, Cowboys $4.10. Now, you just look at these odds again and you go, oh, Panthers, of course. But who knows?
Yeah.
Who really knows? I mean, the Cowboys won last week. Cowboys won, Panthers didn't. So if you go off that logic, Panthers should lose this game. But let's start off with you, mate. Who you got?
Is Cleary back?
I believe he will be, yes. He just had a HIA, so he's only out for a week.
I reckon Panthers then, yeah. Panthers to bounce back. If Cleary's playing, if he's fit, if he's good, if he's ready. Panthers, yeah, absolutely. Panthers come back. They come back in a big way. I reckon, yeah, if they're back, they need to put some sort of score on this week. I know we just spoke about the Cowboys are really, really, really good on Saturday night, but yeah, if Cleary's back, he's got to show up. He will show up, and I reckon Panthers get it done easy.
Gets a try as well, I reckon, Cleary.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we'll get him down for a meaty, won't we? Yeah, sounds good.
Love it. Josh?
I'm back in the Panthers as well.
You guys are no fun.
Yeah. I think they're going to start to kick in. Like they did in the second half, the last few games. I think they're going to kick in maybe about 15, 20 minutes in, and they're going to, with Cleary back, I think it's going to be a big win for the Panthers. I'm looking maybe a 12-point win for them.
Yeah, very nice.
And I'm going to say Leota's going to burst through.
Oh, he gets it this week. He gets the try.
He gets sent up as a no try.
I like it. That's a fantastic shout for a fridge. Boys, I actually can't believe I'm doing this.
Don't do it.
I have been thinking about this game all week, and I cannot believe I'm going to say this, but I'm taking Penrith to win at home. I think they'll be too strong. It's just because I haven't tipped them all year. So this is my first time tipping Penrith all season. I've done pretty well, actually, not tipping them.
Done well, yeah.
But I think they'll be too strong for the Cows. I think Cleary will be a huge in. No Brian To'o, of course, injured his hamstring.
Yeah,
So
that's huge, yeah.
we know how many metres he makes coming out of yardage. So he's a massive loss for them. I think the Cowboys will be up for it. I think they were more up for last week because they needed a win.
Yeah.
Whereas in this game, they've now had their win. So I think they slack off a little bit, if that makes sense. So I've got Penrith in a big one. I'll go Penrith by 18.
18 points.
Yeah, I think they're here to make a statement.
Big call.
Yep. Penrith by 18. And you know what? I'm going to back. I liked young Tom Jenkins last week in the centres.
Yep.
I'm going to back him for a double in this game.
For a double?
Yeah, for a double. Now let's move into the game of the round for round 5. Rabbitohs v Roosters. Now, anyone that knows anything about the Rabbitohs and Roosters knows this is the biggest game for the Roosters and the Rabbits on their calendar. Hate each other, book of feuds. Latrell's back, of course, former Rooster. Angus Crichton, former Bunny. So lots of history there. Biggest rivalry in rugby league. Toss of a coin. This game, it doesn't matter the form that these two teams are in any season. This is always a toss. You throw the form guide out the window. You don't know who's going to win in this one. Ryan, we'll start off with you. Who's getting the chocolates?
Oh, flip a coin.
Careful.
Flip an absolute coin here. Yeah. I don't know. Look, Souths have been impressive the last few weeks. It's hard to go against them.
It is, but you should.
All right, I'll go against them. Look how easy you twist my arm there.
I know. I've taken the Sharks this week.
Yeah,
So
oh, there you go. Oh, well, then I'll take the Roosters. Yeah, let's do it. Roosters the win. Yeah, absolutely.
I like it.
Roosters the win. 2-point game.
Big.
Chatty Townsend getting over the line.
Oh, Chatty for a meat pie.
I'm going to back him.
Big meat pie guy.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
Chad loves it. He's an
Very
ex-Sharky, that's what it is.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, soft spot.
It's my
Love it.
soft spot for him.
All right, Josh, tell us who you're tipping.
I know I'm sitting here with a Roosters fan, but just like Luke, I'm going to try and stay in the good books with Shani. Rabbits going to take it. Tight game. 2 points.
I like it.
I reckon Rabbits by 2. I don't really know who's going to jump in for a try for either team.
Latrell's back. Reckon Latrell gets over?
I think Latrell's going to be like marked
The Roosters
very
will
hard.
humble him into the turf.
Yeah.
Into the bottom of the earth. The soil.
He's one player I don't think will get in.
Thank you for clearing that up.
But yeah, I'm going to say the Rabbitohs. Rabbitohs by 2.
Shout out to Latrell, by the way.
Yeah,
Love you, mate.
Yeah.
Of course, Reece knows you pretty well.
Yeah. Come to the couch, Trevor. Get on the couch. How do you reckon it'll go, right, Trevor?
I do love him.
Yeah.
I really do.
I can't see him play.
He's a former Rooster.
So much talking
he's
about
a former
him.
Rooster. He's fantastic.
Yeah.
And he is looking really fit.
Yeah.
But they do say this every year, and then he comes out and he's...
He was a bit around last year, though, wasn't he? Yeah.
I've got a sneaking suspicion they're going to name Jai Gray. I think they may start Latrell in this game at centre.
Yeah, okay.
And play Jai Gray at fullback. Just to
That'd be a
get
good
his
idea,
fitness back in.
Yeah. It'd be a good
He's been
idea,
off for a couple of weeks, so I could see them doing that. He was the best centre in the game when he left the Roosters to go to South. So he was $800,000 centre. Anyway, we're getting off topic. Roosters by plenty in this one. Roosters by 20. I think they'll get it done pretty easy. Mark Nwanganitawase for a try. Just love saying his name. And I'll back Angus Crichton in for a try as well. Latrell to be sin bin. That's about $1.50. So let's throw that in. Let's jump into our first Saturday game. The River Slugs against the Dargans. Going to be a great game here. Dargans at $1.56. River Slugs at $2.45. Ryan, is this a game that the Eels win?
I'd love to say yes.
Watch your mouth. Watch your mouth.
You know what? Fuck this guy. Yeah, you know what?
Do it.
Para to win. Para to win. Para's going to win. With zero confidence.
He's never invited back, Josh. It's all right. I won't invite him back.
Watch me backpedal, yeah. Look, if they show up, maybe. Yeah, I don't know. Dragons were definitely up for it last week, though, on Saturday, weren't they? So,
but was that a facade? Was that let's get up against Melbourne, a big team, let's slack off against the Eels?
You never know. Like,
the Eels are only $2.45.
That's hard to believe, you know. I thought the odds would be a lot more.
Roosters were $11 against Penrith. Yeah. They're $2.45.
Yeah. No massive ins either for Para, is there? Yeah, like nothing.
No, not
nothing really crazy.
Well,
as far as team lists go. Yeah,
team
we don't know. It's
tomorrow recording,
so,
but
yeah, okay, fair enough. Yeah, well, you know what? I'll stick with them. Let's go Para.
I like it. I really like it. Josh,
who are
you tipping? Why is it Parramatta?
I don't even think you need to ask me who I'm tipping.
Draw.
No. I reckon Dragons will do it, and it's going to be a tough game for both sides, especially with both teams playing a player who played for the other team in the previous season.
Very true.
And saying that, I think both of them will get in. Lomax for a try, and Gutho.
Oh,
that's huge, yeah.
Very nice. I really like that. That's a very good shout. Now, I think Gutho is going to have a big game. He's going to want to
prove.
He's going to have to.
He's got a massive point to prove in this one. So in saying that, I'm going to tip Parramatta. I think this is the game that they can win, and Gutho will prove that point, and then he'll score a try, and they'll lose 40-6. So I can see Parramatta winning this game by plenty. I'm going to go Parramatta 13 plus.
What?
In this one. Yeah, just for the odds.
Have they been scored more than 12 points this year per game?
No, but that's fine. I'm doing it. Parramatta 13 plus, and I'm going to back. I usually back Jack Williams in for a try like every week, but I can't. Katoga. Katoga in the second row.
Pick a name out of that.
Yeah, he's playing second row, so I'll go Katoga anytime. Boys, I'm good at these predictions. These are the ones that I always get up. I got Dragons and Souths last week, so this will be my upset.
Here we go.
River Slugs
to
beat the
win.
Dargans.
Get their first
Dragons by 20.
Oh, big. There we go. Eels by 13. Let's move into this next game. The Tits against the Dits. Titans v Dolphins. Titans $1.45. Dolphins $2.79 with every
Please out of
team.
our misery.
They've all got them.
They've all got it.
Wait till they play the Tigers. Tits v Tits.
Oh, who will know?
Titans v Dolphins. $1.45 for the Titans. $2.79 for the Dolphins. Seabus Super Stadium on the Gold Coast. It's going to be a good game. Bit of a danger game probably for the Titans. I think the Dolphins are desperate. They need a win.
Yeah, they do.
They're in the 0-4 club next to Owen Wilson and all the other famous Owens.
Yep.
But let's start off with you, Josh. Who you got for us?
Wow. I got the Tits.
Very nice.
Yeah, I know.
Tits up.
Yeah, I don't think the Dolphins are performing.
No.
Like, they show a little bit here and there in every game.
Yeah.
But as we saw last week, their defense is a big thing that they don't have. They don't have that at the moment. So I'm going, I reckon it's going to be a big one again. Tits by 18.
Oh, nice. Ryan?
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I reckon Tit's going to put a score on them. Until the Dolphins win a game, I don't think I'll be tipping them anytime soon, even when they play Para to beat them, like they just, I don't know, I can't see them doing much this year. Yeah, if they do win, it'll be off the back of Hammer showing up whenever he decides to start playing this year. Obviously, he has played all 4 games, but he's just been a bit MIA, hasn't he?
He's not playing.
He's there or thereabouts, yeah. I actually forgot who the fullback was for a bit there. Who the fuck's playing fullback? I'm like, oh my God, it's Hammer.
Trey Fuller?
Yeah. But no,
He's the backup.
Yeah, Tits by plenty, yeah. Tits out for the boys, fins down.
It's rare we say this, but tits out. I'm
Tits
going
out all
tits
around.
as well.
There we go. Does somebody have to do that for the camera? I hope not.
Yeah.
Hey, Patreon.
Yeah, that's right. Exclusive content. Check it out, Patreon. Members only. Run by
There's too
Adam.
many pixels, I think.
Luke's not here to get it out this week, so it's fine. I'm going Titans as well. I think they get it done in a big way. Just as Josh said, I can't trust the Dolphins. No. Just can't trust them after what I've seen the past couple of weeks. However, I do think it could be a danger game. I think this is a game that we all go, we can't trust the Dolphins, and then they win.
The Dolphins will win. Yeah.
But I think after the game before, when the Eels beat the Dragons, the Dolphins will be on their own in the Owen Club in this one. So let's move into our next Saturday game of Super Saturday. It's the Broncos against the Tigers. Now, this is incredible, right? The Tigers are $5.80. The Eels are $2.75. Right?
That's obscene.
This is crazy, isn't it? I mean, I know it's against Broncos who have been really good, but Bronx $1.15, Suncorp Stadium in Brisbane, Tigers $5.80. So, Broncos again not having to travel. What a shock.
Oh, no. There's another away game, is it?
Yeah. Another away game at Suncorp. Ryan, let's start off with you. Who's winning this game?
Luke. No Luai, no Tigers, unfortunately. I think Luai's...
I agree.
Yeah, just integral to that team, isn't he? Yeah, he's they're going to win all their games off the back of Luai. So, yeah, unfortunately for the Tigs, I reckon until he's back, it's going to be hard. It doesn't mean they're not going to be competitive. I think they're going to take a lot of form that they have been. They've obviously gelled together really well this year. A few of the younger guys are stepping up as well. So it'll be good still be a good game. I don't think it'll be a blowout like those odds are suggesting. But
Geez, don't know what that was.
That was a
speak.
Yeah, that was, I don't know what that was. Yeah, it's my new language I'm learning.
Suggesting.
I'm not suggesting it.
Shoe for 222.
No, Broncos by a little bit. Yeah,
a little bit. I reckon
Broncos
plenty.
by a little bit. Yeah, Reece Walsh to get over.
Oh, very nice.
Backing him, hit some form, Reece.
He needs to. He needs to because apart from the eyebrows and the hair, he's got nothing going for him at the moment. So.
His first run on Friday night was great. I'm like, fuck yeah, it's about time. I love watching him play in broken field, but then he just threw the ball over the line, decided,
Josh is a big fan. He's actually got a poster of him on his roof at home.
Oh, I believe that.
Stares at him every night. But Josh, who you got in this game?
First off, I'd like to say to Joey, fuck off.
Sorry, that poster's of me.
Oh, yeah, definitely. It's definitely not a Reece Walsh.
No.
But no, I'm going to go the upset.
Oh!
I am going to go
That's
the Tigs.
massive.
It is the.
I'm going to go the Tigers.
I love this. Let's get this guy on every week.
We are an upset city, aren't we?
Yeah, we are.
So it could be on it.
It's going to be a 1 point game.
Ooh.
It won't go to Golden Point.
Oh.
I reckon Tigers will go field goal in the last 5 minutes.
Who kicks it? Galvin?
It's got to be Galvin.
Galvin or Appy or something, yeah.
I'd say Appy.
Yeah.
Appy's going to get...
Imagine that from dummy
3
half.
try assists, but Galvin goes the field goal.
Jeez, we might have to start calling this guy the prophet, hey?
That's massive. Hopefully.
I like it. Look, as much as I'd like to back the Tigers in this one, I'm going to back the Broncos at home, although it is a Saturday game. The Broncos only get Thursday or Friday night games, so they're not used to playing on a Saturday.
It's weird. They've had 8 days of rest.
Yeah. Very strange for them, yeah.
And then next week will be 6 days of rest, won't it? Yeah,
so about 6 weeks of rest. Because they're all at Suncorp. But I'll back the Broncos in a big one in this one. I think they get done by about 30. As you said, Luai, massive loss for me. Terrell May's still there. If you do play Supercoach or Fantasy, good captaincy option for this week, Terrell May. But I'm going to jump on the Bronx to get it done. Payne Haas versus Terrell May is going to be
huge.
Wonderful.
Yeah, huge. Yeah,
and
definitely
forward.
Absolutely. And if we're jumping in try scorers, mate, boys, I've been loving Shibasaki. He scored a double last week.
He was great, wasn't he? Yeah, he was another shout out for Dynamos. Yeah, Shibasaki was good.
Very good. Gemma Hat. That's his first name. Get my hat.
Get my hat.
Shibasaki, get his hat.
Get my hat, Shibasaki.
And he's got a fantastic goatee as well.
Yeah,
so I just love that
about
about him. I think, if you added that, mate.
I just can't get this middle bit happening.
Imagine Reece Walsh and Shibasaki together. And Reece Walsh's hair, Shibasaki's goatee. Hottest man in rugby league.
It's a Harry wet dream, that one.
Isn't it? It is Harry's wet dream, absolutely. Usually it's Reece. But I'm going to go Broncos in a big one in this game. Let's jump into some Sunday Arvo footy. Seagulls against the Storm. Now, we know this is always a classic match. These two hate each other, big rivalry.
Yep.
These two as well. Seagulls $2.55, Storm $1.52. I think Storm bounce back, but I'll start off with you, Josh. Who you got?
Just based on form alone, Manly at 4 Pines. I know there's no turbo.
Upset City, bitch.
Hey, that's where I live.
I love it.
You did say the Belmore before, wasn't it?
Yeah. Car bomb.
But no, I reckon Manly will do it, and I reckon it's going to be another 6-point loss to the Storm.
That's huge.
Higher scoring game,
That's
but still a 6-point
No
loss.
turbo probably as well.
Still, no turbo, but...
That 33% will go to 35%. Love it.
Hopefully.
Love it. Ryan, who you got?
I'm going to get Melbourne. Yeah, Melbourne. When's the last time they lost 2 in a row?
Yeah.
It's been...
Last year.
Yeah, probably last year, was it? Yeah, okay, there you go. Right, thank you for clearing that up.
Yeah, they lost.
The open-ended
one
question.
of those losses was to the Dragons.
I think it might have been Newcastle and the Dragons.
People don't forget.
Yeah, that's right. Knights fans don't.
Yes. No, Melbourne, yeah. Melbourne by plenty. I reckon they'll get it done. Yeah, maybe not by plenty, but yeah. I don't know. Manly were good on Sunday half. Manly were very good.
They slacked
not
off.
Great.
They
did
played
slack
Parramatta.
off. They played Para, and they weren't convincing.
70-0.
They should have put the sword to them. They didn't. Yeah, they really. They quite slacked off quite a fair bit, didn't they? Yeah, so I do think Melbourne will bounce back, get it done well.
Yeah, I have to agree. I've gone Melbourne. I think Melbourne by about 12. I think 2 tries in it. I think they get it done quite easily. If you're looking for an anytime try scorer, Katoa on the edge. I love Alicia Katoa. I think he can go over. And I'll back Harry Grant in for a try as well.
Yeah.
Let's jump into our last game of round 5. The Doggies against the Knights. Doggies $1.42. Knights $2.88. Now, this is incredible because if the Dogs win this, it's 5 in a row. Then they got the bye round 6. We could see them undefeated heading into round 7, which is absolutely incredible. Knights off the bye in this one.
Yep.
So always dangerous when the team's coming off the bye. Who you got, Ryan?
Doggies 4 days. Yep. I know the favourites. Boring, but yeah, until they trip up, until they start, slacking off a bit or not playing the full 80. It's hard to pick against the Doggies.
Yeah, absolutely.
Doggies for sure, man. Yeah.
Be interesting to see if Burton or Kikau come back this week.
Yeah.
I know they're only meant to miss a couple, so they might rest them again just to get them 100% fit. Josh, who you got?
He's going to do it. He's going to do it. He's going to do it. He's doing it.
Do it.
Draw.
Do it.
Do I bring myself back to reality?
Oh, there goes gravity.
Doggies take it. Doggies definitely take this game.
There it is.
Yeah.
It's because he's driving through Belmore.
I am actually driving
His
through there
rego is
tomorrow, so if you see me,
ABQ.
I'm tipping the Bulldogs.
He tipped the Dogs, all right? So
Leave him alone.
put your cars away. I love it.
Yeah,
Very
Doggies take the win. Easily, I reckon.
Yeah, look, I'll go back the Dogs in too. I think they get it done in this one. I'm going to say Dogs. I'll say 8 points. We'll keep it pretty tight because I think the Knights are a good outfit. Of course, everything goes through Ponga.
Yep.
And I'm expecting Ponga to bounce back. So I'm going to back Ponga in for a try. I'm going to back Marcelo Montoya for a try for the Doggies.
Yep. That's a good call.
And I also like Jacob Preston for the Dogs, the second row. He scored 1 on the weekend. Great try assist to Bronson Cherry as well. So I'll back him in for a try anytime.
Back Reed Marnie in for a Sinbin as well.
Or a niggle or two anyway. And Warriors on the bye for this week as well. So that is it for the Profits preview. Now, we're going to do an awesome little segment this week. It's called, little segment. Yeah, because it's about you, mate.
Oh, thank you.
So it's called Get to Know the Ruck. So over the next few weeks, going to go through the Ruck Infringement crew, get to know the boys, a bit about your rugby league journey, what made you start following it, things like that. So today we've got Ryan. Now, welcome. Of course, you've been watching, so you've seen Ryan, you've heard his voice. Now, Ryan, you're obviously a Sharks man.
Yeah, funny that. Yeah,
it is very funny.
It's weird. Yeah.
Well, for those listening, they probably don't know
they
you're
don't
wearing
know me,
a Sharks shirt.
Yeah, true.
They probably think you're wearing nothing.
I I can. I mean, you could watch it. Get on YouTube.
It's not that sort of show, sorry. But mate, let's talk about your rugby league journey now. When did you start supporting the Sharks and why?
Yeah, so so mum, dad, both my brothers, all Parramatta fans. So grew up in a Parramatta household.
Jeez, you okay?
I know, yeah. Well,
Sorry about that.
I was born in the 80s, sorry. So, yeah, I would have been right at the end of the good time, yeah.
Change the role.
Thanks, man, yeah. By a long way. So, yeah, mum and dad, brothers both go for Parramatta. So I had, lots of baby photos and, like, photos of me as a kid wearing Parramatta stuff.
Yeah.
And then, I put it down to, on my mum's side, my uncle, my auntie, and my cousins are all Sharks fans. And, I'm quite easily influenced, as you... We've been out a few times.
Roosters.
You've been out a few times.
Yeah.
It does not take much to twist
I
my
said
arm.
have 3 beers and he's had 7. So what can I say?
Yeah, so I made the journey over the Sharkies, and
Yeah, very
really
nice.
looked back since, so
I love it.
yeah, it's good, yeah. It's not great, but it's gonna be better than better than Para. At least I've seen the premiership, that was good.
Well, that's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
So let's go through 2016. Do you remember where you were?
Yeah, I was at the game, yeah.
And what was the feeling like? First ever grand final win for the Sharks.
Oh man, it was awesome. We so I went with my wife. We went and a couple of the mates, but we ended up getting our tickets because we bought it in like the massive rush of like everyone just buying tickets because it's probably the only grand final you're probably going to make anytime soon. So we got our tickets and we ended up sitting right behind the try line, right where Andrew Fafita put the ball down.
Oh wow!
For that try, but that was as he stood up and you see like all the Storm fan there. So we were like just to the bay, just to the side of that. So there was 3 bays of the away there. So yeah, it wasn't really great for them, I suppose. It was good for us. Yeah,
It was fantastic for you. I remember exactly where I was.
Right at the end. When Ricky Latelli made that last ditch try right at the end there, I thought we were going to lose. There's actually someone tagged me in it like not long after the grand final. I was on like NRL 360 or something like that, like when they're showing like a panning of the crowd and like doing like these ones and then like
we're both famous,
like,
mate.
Jumping the I know.
Both got viral videos of the footy.
Unfortunately, one's a little more exciting than the other.
Well, that's
Happier
right.
times, yeah.
Yes.
But so that was pretty funny to see that, because I didn't realise how fucking ridiculous you look on TV.
Now, you've got kids, obviously.
Yeah.
Are they Sharks fans?
So like my 5-year-old, she's awesome. She's easily influenced too. So she's all about the Sharks. Like she always says Sharks, but when she's with some of her friends, she's all about the Panthers, which is just disappointing.
Disappointing.
I know. Yeah,
as if we live in Penrith.
I know. Her soccer team is also called the Under 6 Panthers, and I said, well, can't we play for the Under 6 Sharks?
Yeah,
like, what's going on there? Yeah,
yeah,
right. Yeah, and the other one, she's 2. She's nearly 3. She's a little daddy's girl. Yeah, so she'll go for wherever. So yeah,
very nice, mate. I love it.
She's whatever you're doing.
Couple of questions before we finish up, mate. Do you have a nickname?
Yeah, Dongle.
Dongle.
Yeah.
And how'd that come about?
We're playing trivia one night and we needed a team name. And for those of you that know me, I do enjoy a beverage. So I had a couple under me. Belt. And,
Doesn't sound like you.
Yeah, everyone's like, we need a team name. And this is the first word that sprung to mind. This is Dongle. And so just ever since that, like,
I love it.
The Dongle. Yeah.
The Dongle.
It got quickly turned into this guy has a massive appendage.
Joey knows that to be
not
false.
really this kind of not really that
It wasn't
podcast.
that big. When I looked, I don't know what he's talking about.
Yeah, I can assure you, there's only 1 pixel needed for the YouTube camera at the moment.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
it's cold. It is cold in here, isn't
Have
it?
to zoom in.
Yeah.
He's got the extra focus lens on too. Still can't zoom in. I love it, mate. Well, that's going to be your nickname on the pod now, the Dongle.
Beautiful.
We've all got the and then something. So obviously we've got the producer, the Saint, Adam.
Yeah.
He'll get his soon.
He'll get his soon. We'll think of one. Mate, last question before we finish up. How are the Sharks going to go in 2025? Can they win the comp?
The start of the year, I was hopeful of top 2 again. Now I'm a little more sceptical. I'm not
Just hoping
convinced.
for a top 8 finish.
Yeah, I think we get by top 8.
It's only 2 finish.
I think we still make the 8. About that 5th, 6th spot.
Nice.
Once we get our shit together, I think it'll be a bit of a change. I dare say we'll see Nico move by the end of the year to a different position.
I think so. I think
Whether it's 5'8", whether it's play centre for a bit and then moves to the fullback once he's proper fit. We'll see. But I definitely say there'll be a bit of a shake up if they don't get a few more wins.
I like it. Sorry, one more question.
Yeah.
Favourite Shark of all time player?
Oh, there's a few. Obviously, E.T., Dave Peachy, love him. Jason Stevens, the big fella. Nice. He's always good. Like Bryce Gibbs, he used to play for the Sharks.
Brycey.
Big Bryce.
Bo was always fun.
Yeah, Bo Ryan was good. Wade Graham nearly hit me with a car once at the front of Sharkies Leagues Club. That was exciting.
Accident?
No, a couple of beers under the belt. We're walking across the car park and we make our way up the hill there at Cronulla, you go up to Woolooware Station. So we're walking across the car park and not walking, just walked out in the middle of the car park there as this white Commodore's come flying in. This guy slams the brakes on. I'm like, oh, what are you doing? And this guy just looking and he's like, he's just shaking his head at me and then me and my brother are like, it's Wade Graham.
Did you get a photo?
No, he just drove. He just sort of waved his laugh and he just drove off around us. I think he told security, these fucking guys out here.
But they're not with me.
We
love it, mate. Well, that is Ryan the Dongle Fancey. So great to meet you, mate. And Ryan will be a mainstay on the pod for hopefully the next few years, forever.
Oh, that'd be good,
It'd be fantastic.
Let's get it rolling.
Obviously, we're pretty famous as it is now. So.
You did say $1 million in the account.
Yeah.
Reece first.
Just can't pay you guys, though.
Okay.
The millions for me.
Monopoly money? Is it?
Yeah. I don't play
Six pack,
Monopoly.
that'll do.
That's all we get.
All right, six pack. One bit. Okay.
Yeah. That's all we
You
get.
don't even get that, mate. You get cards that have numbers on them. 6, that's how much you're worth.
Draw two.
Reverse. I just skip all of you. Anyway, we love it. Let's jump into some Lucky Ruckies now, of course. What we want to do is we want to hear from you. Contact us at our email, ruckinfringementpod@gmail.com, or into our inboxes at social media, and we want to hear your funniest joke or rugby league story. And the funniest ones will win a Ruck Infringement bottle opener. We've got these bottle openers coming. We've given out a few already. To Lauren Phillips was one who said that the Roosters' performance against the Broncos, that was laughable. So we gave her one for that. I didn't.
That is a funny joke.
It was against me. It was against my. But we let her have it. And Tim O'Connor from NRL SC Off the Bench podcast, a great mate of the show, and he also said the Roosters. So there's a bit of a trend there, and they think it's hilarious. If anyone says the Roosters, you're not getting the bottle opener, right? No more bottle openers for that.
More.
You say the Sharks, I'll give you 3. But so that's our Lucky Ruckies. So don't forget to contact us, get in and get involved. All right, boys, let's jump into some talking points this week. Now, the first one we had, the bunker blunders. Now, it was an atrocious week for the bunker. Graham Ainsley came out today, I saw, and addressed all 17 clubs saying that the behaviour of players this week was appalling, to respect the match officials, blah, 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 blah. Well, don't fucking get it wrong.
Yeah, don't get it wrong.
Don't get it wrong all the time.
Get it wrong.
And he said that a high tackle will now be a sin bin.
Yeah, it's instant sin bin, yeah.
Instant sin bin, which is weird for me because sometimes players fall into it, and you see that happen so much. I don't know about instant sin bin, but let's talk about these bunker blunders now. The first one, Selwyn Cobbo, in that Broncos game, caught the ball, but as you can see, his foot was on the line, and you did it well. What was the linesman doing?
Oh, he had his eyes painted on, didn't he?
He's looking right at him. He's looking there, and he's like, no, he's fine. They didn't step out.
He's just... I don't know what happened there.
Atrocious. And then Selwyn scores a try.
Looks the only thing he had to do all night.
Shocking. There was a few this week. The Moses Leota drop we spoke on before. That was definitely a try. I don't know. I don't know how they showed it that many times, and you can see it. They showed it that many times, and I almost was in doubt. Yeah. Like I almost went, okay, now we've seen it too much. Maybe he didn't score.
Maybe he didn't.
Because you get to that stage where you go, oh yeah, no, I can see they're trying to make a point of, oh no, he didn't get it down, but he had his hand on it. So, and to me, it's just down with pressure.
That's and there's that whole he sent it up as a no try. Like he's got to disprove it,
or do better,
and all that kind of shit. If you're watching it at home and I guess if you're a Rabbitohs fan, you wouldn't have seen a try. I don't know, maybe they did.
I know a few did because I spoke to a few and I know some of them even said that in that game the Rabbitohs got a lot of the rub of the green again, which is different for a Panthers game because it's often Penrith.
Yeah,
Get the rubber to green. Panther fans are going to hate me right now. But
yeah,
it's
they
true.
wouldn't say it that way, would they?
No, they definitely wouldn't say it that way, but I do. And we know a lot of them. We have mutual Penrith fans.
No, we sure do.
As friends.
As mates, yeah.
And they get the rubber the green all the time. Ryan doesn't agree. It's fine. But yeah, the bunker. I don't understand. I don't get why we have all this technology and we're still getting it wrong. Can you make any sense of it?
I don't think it's the technology that is at fault. I think it is. Yeah, I think it is the the third official upstairs. I think it's what he is trying to see in the footage. I think that's what they're doing wrong. They're not going into the footage with a clean slate, not knowing anything.
Yeah.
They have watched it live. They then go back and watch it 50 different times.
Yeah.
It's the same with cricket. They're spending 10 minutes per review.
Yeah.
And it just gets to the point where enough is enough.
Yeah.
You watch it a couple of times and make your decision.
What I don't understand is we watch it at home, like 2 replays, and you go, okay, I know my decision.
Yeah.
It's either try or no try. Like, it's pretty obvious to tell most of the time, but they take 8, 9, 10 attempts, and you go,
you hear the crowd just blowing up in the background.
How are you taking this many attempts? And we've seen it on the second.
Yeah.
Like with the Moses Leota one, I saw it after the second one. I'm like, he's got the hand on the ball.
Yeah.
So why are we still looking at
it? It looked even better in real time as well.
I do not understand.
Yeah.
And I hate that when they slow things down.
Yeah.
So let's talk about, like, players that take out the kicker is a great example of this.
Yep.
I think it was Angus Crichton in either the Warriors or the Titans game, but was not late at all.
Yep.
Took out, but as Campbell went to kick, I think it was Campbell, he came in and he went in front of him, like, simultaneously.
Yep.
And the ref called a penalty against the Roosters because when you slow it down, he takes his time to get there.
Yeah.
But in real time, he doesn't.
Yeah.
He's just there,
In real
we
time,
should be playing it in real time.
There's no chance for Crichton to move
Pull
a
out.
different way.
Yeah.
Same as what happened in the Friday game with the Titans again.
Yeah.
Which ended up going the right way, I think, where both players didn't have the chance to go a different direction, and they called the right thing. I reckon that was one of the only times this week that we've seen the bunker make the right decision.
There was another one in that game that actually really annoyed me. Right on halftime, Sandon Smith puts the grubber through, easily taken out. 2 players there, he can't get through, and they do the captain's challenge. They say unsuccessful.
Yeah.
How do you look at that and go? You can see he's trying to push. Fafita's got his arm like that, and that's blocking a player. Yeah. Doesn't have the ball. It's a penalty. Yeah. So I don't understand how they come up with some of these calls.
Yeah, would you have to go to the ground, does he? Or
exactly.
Does
he have to go off?
Far? Yeah.
You have to go off for HIA, and then they still don't call it.
Yeah.
But talking about HIAs, I've got here written down, what is a HIA? Because it seems that now players will hold their arm and they get sent off to the independent doctor.
Yes.
Now, it's really strange. It looks like, I think we saw one this week, where the player was holding an arm, they got sent off to the independent doctor, and then they spent 15 minutes on sideline and came back on. Like, they were fine because it was an arm.
Yeah.
Not a head. For me, the independent doctor's some guy sitting in a white room with just one TV going, oh, yeah, send him off. Yeah, that's fine. He's not even at the game.
Send him to me.
He's probably in Adelaide somewhere. No one wants to go there. So he's like, I'll volunteer as tribute. It's fine. But HIA is very, very strange. Para and Finn's still yet to win a game. Doggies undefeated. We've spoken a bit about that. Looking really good, the Dogs. Para and Finns, I think we spoke about the Finns maybe not getting one until round 9, round 10. Probably round 10 for me. The other one was favourites or lose. What a week it was. Incredible stuff. We've seen it twice now in 4 rounds.
Yep.
2 weeks ago we saw it as well. The same week Roosters beat Penrith. I think that was the week that there was a couple more upsets that week as well.
The upset week, and then this week happened, and the upset week
crazy.
again.
You just can't tip at the moment.
No, it's harder to pick than a broken nose.
Yeah, it really is. It really is. But that's it for our talking points segment. Let's jump into a bit of wild fantasies now. Supercoach and fantasy. This week, Joey's Immortals scored 1,097 in Supercoach, which was a very good score. Terrell May as my captain got us some fantastic points. Yes. Well, A lot of people went Turbo. So a lot of people had Turbo, picked him, and then obviously got injured. I haven't actually picked Turbo in Supercoach because of his injury prone. I just can't. Bring him in. I had Ponga sitting on the bench just because they had the bye. Ponga's usually my captain. I actually have Cleary on the bench as well, so he's always a good captaincy option. But I thought Terrell May this week, the motor he's got, and then in fantasy I captained him as well, so he did really well there. I'm looking at trades this week, looking to get Payne Haas in. So I've got to sell Jack Williams, of course, 6 weeks out. So I'm looking at Jack Williams to Payne Haas. I'm going to bring Tommy Jenkins in as well from Penrith because he is 250k. It's dirt cheap. And so you need a cheapy option for your Supercoach or fantasy. Look at Jenkins. Fantastic option there. Boys, we're going to play Joey's Jumble before we finish up now.
It's exciting. You've only seen it.
Very exciting. You've only seen it. Your first time playing. Now, Harry is on 4 points. Luke is on 2, I believe.
4.5.
4.5
Okay.
is Harry.
Oh, 3.5, I think. Yeah.
3.5. And anyway, we'll have all this written down.
I'm sure he'll correct you.
And yeah, I definitely will if you're watching. But you guys are going to play this week. So how we play, mate, because it's your first time playing, I'm going to ask you guys 3 questions from the round that was. Your buzzer is your name. Buzz the answer, you get a point if you get it right. Pretty simple, right? All right, let's play.
Let's do it.
Joey's Jumble.
It's even better on this side of the couch.
Should be some theme music there, hey? Yeah, it should be. Joey's Jumble. All right.
Maybe Larry Emder or something.
Yeah. Higher. That's it for me. That's perfect. Thank you, mate. I've been practicing.
You've been watching, yeah.
One word. Pretty easy. Lower.
Lower.
All right. First question I've got. Now, round 4. Just seeing. Who was the player that was sent to the sin bin in the Sharks v Bulldogs game?
Tupanua.
Oh, Tupanua, he is correct. 1 point for Ryan.
After
All
the
right.
buzzer. Anyway, I'm not going to
You don't get bonus points, mate. You just get 1 point. All right? That's
go on
it.
a tangent.
1 point. None of this half or bonus shit, all right? All right, second question. Now, I'm not directing this to Josh, but let's ask the question. In which game was the score 14-8? Josh.
Oh, that would be the Dragons 14-8 win.
He's all over it. This guy, incredible. 1-1. So this is a tiebreaker, and this question 3, is for the winner. Are we ready?
I am ready.
Are you ready?
I think I am, yeah.
Yes? All right, here we go. Are you ready at home? Perfect. All right, the question is...
Your name is your buzzer.
Your name is your buzzer.
Okay, all right, yeah.
Sorry.
All right, go.
Do you want to test your buzzer?
No.
Joey.
Gosh, it's not working.
That's wrong. It's Reese. All right, the question is, out of 8 teams that played this week... out of all the teams that played this
16.
week...
16. Just doing maths for you. Sorry. Is the answer 16?
True. No,
It's 8 times 2.
It's not, yes. Oh, obviously, I meant 8 games.
Right.
Not 8 teams.
Right.
Out of the 8 games played this week, which 2 teams had the lowest scoring
Josh.
game?
Oh.
That would be the Bulldogs Sharks and the Dragons Storm.
Oh! He's nailed it. Josh wins 2-1. So Ryan, you have 1 point heading into this year. Josh has 2 in his first appearance. Well done. You win nothing.
Good
Not even a key ring?
You can have a prize at the end of the year. That's fine.
There we go.
Thanks.
Joey Jumble will accumulate the points over the year. Now we have 1 viewer question, boys. So I'm going to quickly get that up. I did screenshot it, which is fantastic. And it is from our good mates at the Bump Out podcast. And they have written, do you guys see the Bulldogs as genuine premiership contenders?
100%.
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. The way they've been going this year, until they start dropping the ball more, until they just start making rookie errors like they kind of did at the start of last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard. It's good they've taken that form though from the end of last year straight into this year. You got to be happy if you're a Doggies fan. Yeah, just leave my fucking car alone.
I think the only way they don't is if they lose Burton and Crichton at the same time.
Crichton adds so much to that team.
Yes.
Just a spiritual leader.
Yeah. The way he brought what he learnt at Panthers to the Doggies has helped them so much.
If we're asking him feel good, he would say Bulldog, genuine premiership contender. because he likes to not use S's at the end of his sentences, unless it storms.
Does he do haikus?
Melbourne, he's got haikus.
Yeah.
So the other night he said Panthers didn't lose, they just ran out of time. So thank you for that. We've got Pedro Patterson, Australian poet. We've got Gus Gould.
Yeah.
Incredible stuff.
Words of wisdom.
But I also think, Bulldogs definitely genuine premiership contenders if they can stay fit and healthy and keep playing the gritty style footy that we've seen. And we know, I think they can definitely get there in the end. But that is all we've got time for on the Ruckman Fringe podcast tonight. We'd like to thank our sponsors in @Print, Gibson's Country Style Jerky, Koala Mowers, Stay Fancy Eyewear and League Lids, and also Sportsheads AU as well. We thank you very much. We'd like to thank my co-host tonight in Josh the Saint, Ryan the Dongle. Thank you so much for jumping on. We couldn't do this without you boys. Of course, to you, the listener, you are what makes this podcast what it is, so we appreciate you very much, and the viewer, of course, as well. Don't forget you can check us out on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok and X, and Apple Podcasts and Spotify. But until next time, that's Ryan, that's Josh, I'm Joey. Be good.